Isaiah chapters 60 and 61 present a prophecy that I don't entirely understand. There are mysteries of the Bible that remain unclear, and this chapter may be describing a work of God that is yet unfinished. The idea of these two chapters is that the people of God will be served by the nations. The wealth of the nations will become the wealth of the people of God. This is clearly stated over and over again in these chapters, beginning with Isaiah 60, verses 4 and 5. Lift up your eyes all around and see, they all gather together. They come to you. Your sons shall come from afar, and your daughters shall be carried on the hip. Then you shall see and be radiant. Your heart shall thrill and exult, because the abundance of the sea shall be turned to you. The wealth of the nations shall come to you. This passage describes something very interesting. The nations of the earth will come to Israel. They will bring their wealth, but they will also bring the children of Israel who had been dispersed among the nations. The general idea here agrees with prophecies already well established in Isaiah. In the Messianic kingdom, the nations of the earth will seek the Lord, and they will find him in his holy city in Zion. But what about the wealth of the nations? As always, prophecy needs to be coherent and meaningful in the immediate context, and that is the case here. When Judah returned from their captivity to rebuild the temple and the city, that work was funded by the Persian government. It's also possible that this prophecy foreshadows the unity of Jews and Gentiles in the church. I'd say it's almost certain that there's an allusion to that, but whether or not we've seen the total fulfillment of this prophecy is unclear to me. This concept continues in verses 6 and 7. A multitude of camels shall cover you. The young camels of Midian and Ephah, all those from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and frankincense, and shall bring good news, the praises of the Lord. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered to you. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister to you. They shall come up with acceptance on my altar, and I will beautify my beautiful house. If we try to take a literal interpretation of this passage, nothing like this has ever happened. The rebuilding of Jerusalem and the temple was funded and facilitated by some of the nations, but it wasn't like this. In this part of the passage, a figurative explanation makes the most sense and is really much more satisfying. I don't think the Lord is literally promising that Jerusalem will be filled and overrun with camels and flocks and rams of these foreign nations. It's the people of these nations that would come to Zion and join themselves to the Lord at his house being Christ's church. Continuing in Isaiah 60, verses 10 through 12, foreigners shall build up your walls, and their king shall minister to you. For in my wrath I struck you, but in my favor I have had mercy on you. Your gates shall be open continually. Day and night they shall not be shut, that people may bring to you the wealth of the nations, with their kings led in procession. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve you shall perish. Those nations shall be utterly laid waste. There is a real sense in which this prophecy was fulfilled within the context of the original audience. The work of rebuilding Jerusalem was facilitated by the nations, including some pagan kings. We've also seen that this chapter looks forward to the Messianic kingdom. So in what way do the kings and kingdoms of the earth serve the kingdom of God? That's a question that I can't completely answer. Looking into chapter 61, this theme continues, Isaiah 61, verses 5 and 6. Strangers shall stand and tend your flocks. Foreigners shall be your plowmen and vine dressers. You shall be called the priests of the Lord. They shall speak of you as the ministers of our God. You shall eat the wealth of the nations, and in their glory you shall boast. This reiterates some of the ideas from chapter 60. Strangers and foreigners will serve the people of God. The wealth of the nations will belong to Zion. Very interestingly, these strangers and foreigners are distinct from the priests and ministers of the Lord. In this sense, it's hard to imagine how this is simply a metaphorical description of the unity of Jews and Gentiles in the church. This passage is not describing unity and equality. It's describing the people of the nations serving the people of God. This is very similar to the language in Daniel 7, verse 27. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to to the people of the saints of the Most High. His kingdom shall be an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Where and how is this happening today? I can't say for certain that it is. Maybe we'll understand more in the future. Thanks for listening.